Are you a professional pillow fighter? Or a 9-to-5 low-cost time travel agent? Or maybe real estate sales on Mars is your profession? It doesn't matter. Whatever it is you do, however complex or intricate, Monday.com can help you organize, orchestrate, and make it more efficient. Monday.com is the one centralized platform for everything work-related. And with Monday.com, work is just easier. Monday.com, for whatever you run. Go to Monday.com to learn more.
Well, I don't see the point in waiting any longer. Let's bring her out. The star attraction, the one you came to see. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Miss Judy Gold.
Good afternoon, morning, whatever the fuck time of day. All right, so welcome to Kill Me Now. With Judy Gold and Lauren. It's my podcast on Lauren. And so we have one of my favorite. The reason I love this guy.
Why?
I feel simpatico with you.
How come? Because we're the same height and weight?
I think you probably weigh less
and
than
hair
me.
type?
Yeah, I feel like it's because
You guys look like brothers.
Brother and sister.
I feel like it's because...
What, who meant to say? Yeah, get my
What do you
pronouns.
meant to
All right,
say?
I'm
All
doing
right,
it.
then.
Why do you two have the
Okay,
podcast?
sorry.
Why did the two of you do it without me? Because I feel like I agree with a lot of the
Really? Hell yeah.
the shit. Well, first of all, I grew up in a very conservative Jewish family.
Religious conservative.
Yeah, you
Okay.
were orthy.
Uh-huh.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is the one and only Ari Shaffir.
Thank you.
So Ari, you grew up orthy
Yeah. Worth it.
with like. Wait, do you have any siblings?
Yeah, 3. And they're all an older sister, a little sister, and a younger brother.
What is little?
She's the youngest. I should have said her last. So I threw her in the
Yeah,
second
I don't
row.
know why you said that. Wait, who do you like the best?
I don't know. My brother's probably the black sheep. He married a non-Jew. Yeah.
Oh my God, it's a Shunda. I'm
It is a
sitting
Shunda.
Shiva. I'm sitting Shiva.
We didn't have that. We didn't
Hamza,
say
Hamza,
the
Hamza.
prayer
Wait,
of the
so
dead.
wait, are the kids Jewy or she didn't convert?
No, she didn't convert. German, too.
Oh my God, she's German?
Is that insult to injury?
That is so horrible.
My dad's a survivor.
Oh my God, for your
Gott.
father to have to see your son, his son marry a German
It's a pretty good accent.
German woman. That's terrible, Ari. Ari,
Yeah.
this is not good.
No, they're okay with it now, though.
Why?
He's such a fuck up that it's like she's got him on. She's got
Wait
him
a
on
minute.
track.
So, did the parents have accents? German
I
accents?
never met her parents. I don't know.
Because that would be it.
That'd be a lot.
Can you imagine? Mom, Dad, I want to meet you. These are my new parents-in-law. Hello, Mr. Shaffir.
We missed
Why,
you.
why do you look so familiar?
Yeah.
I know I've seen your face before.
Dead in a pile.
Didn't I say walk to the right? Why are you here? All right, so
Oh my God.
only Jews
walk to
can
the
do Holocaust. No,
right.
you can't do
Think
it.
so? Yeah,
you can't
you
do
can't.
it. You can't do it.
Walk to the right?
No, you can't. So
But I'm German.
That's
Exactly.
allowed. That's allowed then. My favorite thing to do is bring up the Holocaust to Germans in an audience and
I-
watch
Oh,
them just
yeah.
squirm.
Wait.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know I've been doing that for
No,
like
really?
30 years.
That's great.
I did. I was at the cellar. This is a very controversial thing, but there were 3 people from Germany, right? And whenever they were asshole. Like if they were nice, and I felt like they felt bad, but I said, so, I love Germany. The trains there are, I could just go on and do all these like, oh my God, I have 6 million things to do today. And then, then one of them is an engineer, right?
Yeah.
And the
Oh.
other one's a teacher. And I don't know what the other one was. And so I said, oh, what do you teach? English? Or I said, do you teach German or do you teach English or something? And they were so snotty. And I said, oh, do you have any Jewish friends? And they're like, no. And I said, why? I don't know, because, and they're young. And
Yeah.
it's like, of course, there's Jews there, whatever. And then, we haven't met anyone. We haven't seen them. And I said, oh, really? Why don't you try gardening?
What's gardening?
Because they're buried.
They're all buried.
right.
I go,
Yeah,
why don't you
yeah.
try gardening? Maybe you'll find some. And then
What did they say?
the audience went crazy. I always get the, ooh. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, why can't you?
Just laugh at
Like,
it.
I hated them so much for being so, like,
Who, the audience or those poopy pants Germans?
those Germans.
Yeah.
Like, you're in New York in the village,
Yeah.
You don't fucking know. You don't deal
know
with
any Jews? You haven't come across any
Yeah,
Jews?
you have no Jews. Okay, so that was that.
Unless
I
they're
can't
from a
believe you
village.
didn't get my gardening joke.
Yeah,
That was bad.
like,
Because you have to
where's it
think
going?
about it because you got stoned right before you got here, right?
No, but it's been all like the last 5 days, multiple times
Just
a day.
stoned.
Yeah. Oh no, I did get stoned. I forgot about it. I got,
Shit.
but it was like 2 hits, maybe
Oh,
one.
all right, that's okay.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, me too.
did you?
See?
Wait, what's your job?
Just to annoy me.
Right? What's my job?
I
What do you
know,
mean? My bike messenger job?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I sell weed. Sorry, am I not supposed to say that?
No,
I don't
do you
care.
not? Well, you said messenger the first time when I met you. I was
Yeah.
just positive you meant weed delivery.
Well, I did. And then I gave you some weed and I said, if you ever need anything, call me.
You don't do it anymore?
Yeah, I do.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
What are you talking
this
about?
on
I
air.
say the same thing.
Because I'm an
say
advocate.
the
I'm an
same
advocate.
Thing. It doesn't mean you have to deliver it on a
You
bike.
know what else I do? I talk about being a tranny on air, and I talk about I
That's
fucking
great.
hold my
We're
hand
not talking
with my girlfriend
about
in
that.
public.
So
okay?
I hold my hand with my girlfriend in public.
Okay, then that's about as dangerous as smoking a fucking joint. Get over
No,
it.
not
Okay,
smoking,
see, no, you're
delivery.
not. Here's what you do.
People deliver
you
packages all the time.
react. Stop reacting
Yeah.
and listen to the
Start
whole
enacting.
thing. Okay. So Ari, as a Jewish man, is saying, "Look, we all are fine with pot smoking here."
I'm not saying that as a Jewish man. I'm saying that as a citizen of the United States.
Okay,
Go on.
I'm saying it's
Yeah.
as a Jewish citizen of the United
Okay.
States.
all right.
Yeah, but
That
Ari's
is-
the one that asked me about that job
'Cause I
just
was
now.
thinking about
But you
it
get
recently.
very defensive.
No, I
and
didn't
you don't
get
need
defensive.
to come from there.
No, I didn't get
I
defensive.
just think it's ballsy.
He asked me about a
I-
job on air. I answered his question, and then he's like, "Why are you talking about that on air?"
Good point. Good point.
Thank you.
Good point,
All
sir.
I have to say is that the weed delivery people, come on, they're really
Patriots.
it's hard. I mean, it smells. I mean, you
Oh,
gotta,
it stinks. Yeah.
and you're like, you don't know if some fucking cop or dog in the subway is going to be like,
The dogs sometimes,
Yeah.
in the big subways,
Right.
the transfer stations.
Right.
Like, ooh, I gotta walk around that.
Don't
Yeah.
ever go on the subway.
Really?
why?
That's why I'm a bike messenger.
Oh, right. No,
I
once
do.
they smell you, you're gone.
Oh, well,
You're like-
yeah. That's why I'm on a bike flying down.
I've had
Amsterdam.
edibles, and I'm like, oh, I hope that fucking dog doesn't. But
Smell.
no, they don't smell.
They're
edible.
really not looking for that either. They're not going to
for
smell
guns and
an
shit.
ounce of weed on you and be like woof 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 woof. Yeah, they're looking for guns and smack and
Wait, is that your dog impression?
That was
that's one of them.
terrible.
One of
That
them.
was
It's so bad.
terrible.
Okay, so back to Ari. I told you that my friend Damon, loves that Mack Weldon underwear. Wait, do you think it's weird if I get... No, I can get the kids' underwear and T-shirt. Well, do you think should I just get T-shirts from Mack Weldon for the kids?
I think you should get them one of those underwear bundles that they have with like socks and underwear and other stuff in
Oh,
it like
that's a
that.
good idea.
Yeah, and then get them a couple T-shirts because I feel like they're at the age where their balls probably smell a
I
lot.
don't want to hear about their balls. How many fucking times? Why do I want to hear about my son's balls?
I just can't stop talking about their balls. I'm sorry.
I love that Mack Weldon stuff, by the way.
So do I. I'm going to get some for myself and for my dad.
Yeah, you should get some for your dad.
Yeah, I'm going to.
And I am considering wearing the male underwear to air out the area.
I feel like I'll probably be getting that for you for Hanukkah.
You can't say Hanukkah.
Why not?
Try it.
Hanukkah.
Whatever.
My wife's name is Chemda.
You're married?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Wait, what's our discount code?
Kill Me. With code KILLME, get 20% off. If you go to judygold.com/Mac, it'll take you to the website.
M-A-C-K?
Exactly.
Mack Weldon, M-A-C-K. Well, I'm telling you, the stuff is amazing. Ari, I'm so
And if you
happy
have
you're
weed
here.
in your pocket, you just sit next to black people, and everyone assumes.
There
it's
you go. Yeah.
You're so happy I'm here.
I look like a white chick. What do I got to worry about?
So,
She's a black dude on the inside.
all right.
Yeah.
So you grew up orthy.
My
Yeah.
dick is.
Lauren, and now
You can't
I'm
claim black dick
asking.
if you don't have a dick.
Yeah.
Oh, well, can I?
I don't know. Maybe as I said it, but no, because the rest of you is white.
All right, you got me.
All right.
It's not
So,
black.
where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Maryland, Silver Spring.
Oh, you know what?
Pet
It's
Mill.
very Jewy there.
Yeah.
And what was my? Oh, I had a rabbi when I was growing up from Chevy Chase.
Yeah. It just hit
Really
me.
conservative.
Yeah.
What hit you?
I have a friend who dated you once or twice.
Who?
Rachel Simmons, also from my neighborhood.
Oh yeah, I love Rachel.
Yeah, me too. I love her too.
It was a little more than once or twice, but yeah, it was once or twice. It was like a few weeks.
Did you guys do it?
Yeah,
Hell yes. I love that.
absolutely.
She wouldn't
And she
tell
had
me.
the dog, and then she bought like these stairs for the dog
to get up on
to
her
get
bed.
on the bed.
When dogs are like too old and lame
Yeah,
to like,
yeah.
be able to hop
And
up.
then you
Oh, I
stop
love
doing
Rachel. Okay, her and her mother are so.
Her mother was my teacher.
Oh my God, she's
Whoa.
great.
She failed me
They-
on the reg. She wouldn't even
Why?
read my papers because I was a trouble student. She didn't like me. She denies it now, but
Shit.
I
Really?
disagree. Yeah.
All right. So you're you're Orthy. You have, what synagogue did you go to? Orthy? Like
Or
women
things
and
like that.
men
For
separated.
sure, separate. Oh, it got to the point where we had a progressive rabbi, Beeler, and he said that on Simchas Torah,
That
whenever
women and men could sit to
women can dance with the Torah. They can.
Right.
We can send it over the fence, and you guys
Right.
can dance with it for a while. And then my dad was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Are you fucking kidding me?
Nope, absolutely not. And women got to give the Dvar Torah, the speech,
Yeah.
from their side of the fence. They're like, but it's not leading the services. It's just saying the Dvar Torah. And
Yeah.
my dad would get up and walk out.
Whoa.
Are you?
Yeah.
That's terrible.
We call them the Rosa Parks of not giving women a chance.
Okay, so
I mean, once women touch the Torah, isn't it? It's not
He's
really
cool
a
now.
Torah
He's
anymore.
cool
yes,
now.
it is.
But-
It is. It's bullshit. Okay, so then you get bar mitzvahed
Yeah. I got bar mitzvah, sure, absolutely.
Like-
Studied for a year.
and like like were you into the Jewy thing or
I was into it without thinking about it.
right because it was just part of your
Yeah. I went to yeshiva after high school.
Right.
Went to yeshiva for 2 years
Yeah.
in Israel. And then I thought about it.
and you're like totally fluent in Hebrew.
No, I was like 4th grade fluent in Hebrew.
Okay, and then
Nothing.
okay, so when did you decide to become a comic then?
After college, I definitely didn't want to get a job. So I was like, let me figure something else out.
So Amazon not only has some affiliate links that we have in our descriptions on your webpage at judygold.com/killmenow under the show descriptions on our we put it all over your Facebook and on our Kill Me Now Facebook. We've got some good gift ideas, and they have a lot of next day shipping available. You can get it in there before the holidays if you want it before the holidays. If you just want some good prices on some great new items and things that I know Judy, you recommended Giselle Save the Children, which is the title of a book, which is incredible about this girl named Giselle. And these were the last words that the 16-year-old girl heard from her mother as she and her 3 young sisters were separated from their parents at the death camps at Auschwitz. And I mean, what an incredible story. Giselle Save the Children of, love, courage, survival, so empowering, so uplifting, as morbid as it may sound. But check it out, Giselle Save the Children on Amazon. Check out our other items, and definitely check out the Burt Bacharach collection. Someone get this for Judy, please, so she can stop talking about it. I guess I might have to. It's the Look of Love Burt Bacharach collection. Judy, you can't talk about this enough. Why don't you just go online and buy it already? Okay, so check out the Look of Love Burt Bacharach collection and the rest of me and Judy's picks for things to make your life better at Amazon, and get them through our links on our Facebook description, on our play.it description, and everywhere else the show is posted.
What did you become a comic?
In college.
In college.
Someone dared me to do stand-up when
Really?
I was a sophomore, and I did it on my floor. I had to write jokes about everyone who lived on the floor.
You did it for really?
Yeah, and then they had a show at Rutgers, and it was Larry Ambrose, Bill Sheft, and Adrian Tolsch.
Okay.
And they asked them if I could do 5 minutes. I'm a student, and I killed. And then Adrian, at that time, was the host for the Monday night at Catch a Rising Star, where it was just open mic. And she's like, "Come in, come in." And of course, I think I'm going to get on, but I would stay there till 2 or 3 in the morning, and then I'd go on for 3 people at the end. But I didn't care. But so I did it for a while. Then I was like, oh, I gotta, and I couldn't even drink yet. I mean, I couldn't,
really,
and I couldn't rent a car because I was under 25. Yeah, and then I graduated college, and then I just started doing it because I was like, I cannot sit in a fucking office. But that's all I've ever. I read that you love it the most. I love it the most. I will never stop doing stand up. There is nothing better than doing stand up.
I think you guys should arm wrestle for who loves it the most.
This
it's
is
not
why
about who loves it the most. It's just there's nothing else in your life that matters as much.
Well, nothing else makes me feel the way a good stand-up set makes me feel. And writing a great joke.
Fleischer said it was the only time he didn't feel the pain.
Yeah, it's
wow.
true.
Yeah.
I have to say, when I go out and do a set, I sleep better that night. I mean, even if I'm depressed all fucking day long.
Even if you bomb?
Ari, I don't bomb anymore.
When I bomb, I have trouble sleeping. But the rest of the
I
nights,
don't. I
feel way
scream
better.
at them.
Oh, really?
I'm like, what is wrong with you? And why aren't you? I totally. I've been
You guys,
doing it
I'm Judy
32
Gold and I'm
years.
brilliant. So why don't you take a look at yourselves?
Exactly.
And think about it.
32 years. All right. So
32 years of stand-up?
yeah.
Wow. That's twice as long as me.
Really?
Yeah.
It might be 33.
I had your half-hour special on VHS tape.
No way.
I stole it from Mitzi's.
Oh, I love Mitzi. I wanted to talk to you about the Comedy Store.
Sure, absolutely.
Wait, but all right.
Yeah,
First of all, look at all this. I have all this shit. You can't look at my notes.
All right. I'm just looking to spell my last name right.
Yeah, I did, you fuckhead.
I was looking.
Shafir.
Oh, so close. But you left off one F. The second F is for fuck you, Judy. It's 2 Fs.
I said that. Look, here's another line there, you motherfucker. Okay, so here's the thing that you said once that I don't agree with.
Okay.
But maybe you have a point. That nobody wants to be Jewish. Even Jews don't want to be Jewish.
I don't know when I said that, but I'll agree with it. Not nobody, but you know what I mean. Nobody wants to be Jewish.
I do.
Their bodies fall apart. We're sickly. We're the pugs of fucking humans.
Well, we are.
The
problem
garbage.
is
People hate
that
us.
there's so everyone does fucking hate us. But,
there's no benefit
we're
anymore
smart. We're
in the
smart.
industry. Like Jews are in Hollywood. Yeah, but there's so many. There's no shortage. We don't need any Jews.
Right. But the other thing is that we are pretty smart, but we have
smart.
a lot of mental illness because a lot of cousins married.
Inbreeding.
So my grandparents were second cousins.
Really?
Yeah, on my mother's
explains
side, and I'm a fucking mental case.
So much.
Yeah.
All right. So
no, it's my nose. It's my nose. Don't chop it down. I want my fucking nose.
My mother, I was like, I have a big nose. When Barbara Streisand gets a nose job.
Yeah, the things that make Jews attractive are not attractive things.
I know. So, but wait, you have to admit, when you find someone has Jew in them that you had no idea had Jew in them, you're like, oh.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Right,
for sure.
right?
Yeah. But that's just racism.
I know.
Yeah,
well, that's
but I definitely get that.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm like, oh.
So
wow.
you suffered too. All right. So you start doing stand up, but you started in L.A.
I started in LA. I moved. I graduated Maryland, and I was like, I don't want to get a job sitting under these lights that we're sitting under right now. So I was like, let me do something else.
And so you go to L.A. What year?
1999.
Oh, I was already after me. All right. So I go to because I used to work at the store in the 90s. I was the only comic that could work at the Laugh Factory, the Improv, and the store.
She let you?
Yeah, and no one got mad. And Mitzi, right before my half-hour HBO special, for 6-8 months, I had the belly room on Friday night just to myself at 8 o'clock. I could do whatever I wanted.
For how long? An hour?
Yep.
Wow.
And it was so great.
She gave you the belly room on a Friday?
8 o'clock every Friday.
Wow.
Can you I love Mitzi Shore. I love her. And then
this coin flipped the other side of it.
What?
Me and my friends had a sketch show once that we were practiced for 6 months, and we had a belly room show. And then 30 minutes before we start the show, Mitzi called and goes, I rethought it. You can't do it there.
No way.
People are already sitting down. What are you talking about?
So what'd you do?
I think we got the manager to be like, can you please just not tell her? I mean, how can we send these people away?
Right.
And then I think she like succumbed. She was just fucking with us, I think.
I'm calling to tell you that you can't do the show. But were you there when she would sit in the back?
Yeah.
She would sit in the back.
I got there towards the tail end of Mitzi. I would drive her in too. I would take her in
I
and
love
out.
her.
She trusted me enough to pick her up. She loved you too. She would talk about it. I was like, oh, Judy, go. She goes, yeah, she's great.
I love her. I want to go see her. Okay, so I would go, and I'd work. The greatest thing about the store is you could work all 3 rooms, the original, the main, and the belly, and get paid. Like the main room, you got a percentage of the door.
Main room was half the door. The comics got half the door, and the comedy store got half the door.
Right, and it was great because I would go and I'd do a few sets there, and then that was my spending money for the week.
Yeah, that's nice.
Okay, and so that's kind of
she used to have a deal. No one else could work other clubs except a few people slip through the cracks. Don Herrera, you, I guess.
Yeah. Oh God, I was there the night Kinnison died.
Really?
Yeah, the place
when
went.
People heard about it.
Yeah, everyone had heard and started going. Kinnison died, and I was like, oh my God.
Wow.
And I couldn't, because he's one of her people.
Yeah.
It was really crazy.
Do you want to explain?
I just saw him
to the audience what you're talking about.
Who Sam Kinison is?
Yeah,
he's like a legendary
comedian who screamed.
Screamed a lot. Kind of changed the game a little bit.
Yeah, changed the game and visceral. Okay, so
I heard everybody would show up at the night he died. People just started showing up.
Yeah,
to the store.
I was there very late, and then all of a sudden, people started coming in.
Wow.
That kitchen, man. You know the kitchen where they got the drinks and everything?
Uh-huh.
I used to hang out in there all the time.
It's different now, Judy.
It is.
Well,
I
there was a
there.
murder a couple weeks ago.
I know. What the fuck happened?
The day after I was there, the day after we were there, Keith and the girl went there on a 10-day tour. We were at the Comedy Store. The night after that, there was a shooting.
Okay, I want to hear.
They targeted the guy.
I like gifts that are good. I don't want some, here's a gift because I felt like Harry's razors. I tried a Harry's razor. I know it's for guys, but I'm like, I'm going to just shave my leg. I shave my legs all the time.
They'll give you $5 off your first order.
Is that true?
Yeah, with code GOLD. $5 off your first order. Harrys.com, HARRYS. Use code GOLD. I told you I was going to be getting one for my dad.
Right.
Got it. Loves it. He thought he's a minister. He does weddings on Maui with Pacific Island Weddings. And he thought that I was a wedding coordinator. He thought a coordinator had sent him a gift. Because, people do business or whatever, send each other gifts. He thought that it was a gift from one of the wedding coordinators at one of the luxury hotels over here. And I'm like, nope, from your baby boy. And he's like, okay, but you'll always be my daughter. And I'm like, just enjoy the razor. And he's like, okay, I love you.
So apparently he was there with all his friends. They thought he was there for Black Night because it was on Tuesday. That's what Black Night is.
Black meaning black people?
Black people.
Okay.
Comedy, yeah. And the way Black Nights work is once gangs infiltrate it, it's done. You have to start getting metal detectors and fucking done. And it used to be when Guy Torrey ran it, it was the upscale blacks.
Right.
It was like the poets, that Shaquille O'Neal's would show up and stuff like that.
Right.
And it was always middle of the road. Anyway, it turns out he wasn't in Black Night at all. It was just there on the patio. So it was just racism. Everyone going, well, see what they bring.
Wait,
so it was just some guy showed up in the patio to drink.
Not a comic.
Not a comic. Had about 3 or 4 friends with him. The friends left.
Yeah.
5 minutes later, 2 guys with ski masks came in and shot him 7 times. And then the friends came back. And they identified him and then left.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it was a gang thing. We don't know what it was. It was just
So the friends set him up, you think?
Something like that. They were like, let me get out of here so this can happen.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is awful.
Yeah, but now there's cameras everywhere. So there's no more drugs in the back. There's no more fucking in random spots.
The back of the main room, the dressing area with that, they have this mini piano.
Yeah.
And
It's covered in mirror.
It's covered in mirror.
It's like a Coke.
And it exactly.
Like
Hello.
It's got scratches all over
I
it.
know. It's unbelievable. That place has so much, and they think it's haunted. Like that people have been there. You know that back door to go. There's a side door back to get into the
this weird alley.
Yeah. And they say they've seen chairs being thrown, and
I've seen dark rooms where comics will hide and throw a chair. That's why I don't believe in any of that.
That's what they say it's haunted. But I have to say, I love. So wait, what's it like there now?
She bought a mirrored piano.
I know.
For the cokeheads.
Yeah, I know. It's
like there
great.
wasn't a chance. Like, oh, she didn't even know what this was.
Now, when you do a gig
idea.
there. And it's like a special event. It's They put the catering on the fucking Coke piano.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a piano. I'm just like, look, a Coke table.
Yeah, now it's similar, but it's like she's not there anymore.
Right.
So it's more corporate. They have a manager's like, let's actually make money at this.
Right.
Let's shut down. They padlock that back room. After the shows are done.
Oh wow!
But I'm like, that's where we go smoke pot.
I know. I used to, and that's where you stood on the side to watch people before you. Oh fuck, that sucks.
Yeah. No, you can stand aside and watch them. Just that back green room where that door opens.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that sucks. Who books it now?
This guy Adam Egot. He's good. He's smart about it.
Oh, good.
Tommy left. He's like he reached out to people. There's like no more system.
I got an email.
A reach out.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
And then what about Paulie?
He's not taking control of the place anymore. He's kind of given up that dream.
Very talented. Very extremely.
He's the worst person I've ever met in my life.
I just have to say, original, a great writer. Okay, so you start
Outside
working.
the box thinking.
You start working.
I worked on the phones. I got there. They were like, "Where's a place for me?" And they said, "You're on the phones." Then I worked the cover booth.
Right.
I was the assistant talent coordinator. The first time I called you, I had to see if your name was on the wall. I talked to you on the phone.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, I made it I had a little bit of a crush on you, Judy.
Oh, God, I love you.
Yeah.
Little bit?
Yeah, it was the last of my Judaism that was working itself out. Well, then I realized you're a hardcore lesbian.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I could switch. All right, go.
No, you couldn't.
I got jealous when I heard Rachel went out with you.
Really? I was like, God, I love you. I love you.
Yeah, I knew your name was on the wall. Oh, I think we would have.
Right?
The hair would have been so curly with a black hole.
Really good, hairy, smart, tall Jew.
You don't think your kids would have been inbred? I feel like you guys must be brothers and sisters.
We would have lost one early on. But the ones that survived would have been really smart.
Right, totally.
Rhodes Scholars dedicating the Rhodes Scholarship to Mordecai, who couldn't be here.
So wait, do you do anything Jewy now? Anything?
I mean, nothing. I'm out.
You're out.
You.
I just have the upbringing.
Shut up.
I know what Shonda means. It's like things like that.
Shonda Rhimes?
Shonda Rhimes?
Yeah.
What's Shonda Rhimes?
Shonda Rhimes is the woman who created Scandal, the African-American, because we have to say African-American now, African-American woman who's like this huge producer who doesn't go to, award shows or anything.
Wait. I know someone named Shonda who used to work on like a Blind Date or something. Her name was Shonda. I was like, that means embarrassment.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, but she's, I know what a Shonda is.
No, I'm saying you think it's the same girl?
No.
Okay.
So, so you're doing
Black
stand-up.
people name their daughters embarrassment.
Black people name their daughters a lot of
things. There's a lot of like Katwisha.
There's Cinnamon.
Manisha.
Precious.
Yeah.
But that, in Crown Heights, it's not going to be a problem.
Right.
Lovely.
Okay, so
Lovely?
anyway, so you're doing the stand-up.
Yeah.
And so that's 99. When do you think you started getting like, okay, now I can, I'm good, I can headline, I can...
Oh. Maybe 2000... you mean when I started headlining or when I felt like I was
When
good
you
enough?
felt like you were, yeah.
Probably 2008. I was like, I should be headlining. How come I'm not?
Oh, good. I'm glad it was like a 9-10 year.
Oh, yeah.
Because all these people who have been doing it like 3... No, we're not leaving. Who were doing it like 3 years.
Yeah. Oh, and they're like, I should be headlining.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, why is this one headlining?
Oh, no, I was just trying to get laughs. Ignore that note. It doesn't matter to us.
If we have to stop, we'll go in an office and continue.
Okay.
Tell them to give us fucking portable equipment.
I mean, I don't have it with me. But
They have portable equipment. Okay. Say, give us a space and some portable equipment, and we'll finish our podcast.
What do they need? They need a podcast in here? They need something? They don't use that mic. We can just go together.
I know, they're just... All right. Okay, so...
Wait, I was just trying to get laughs. I was just trying to get better. No part of me really even thought I could succeed at it, make a living at it.
Right.
So I was just doing it, I don't know, out of the joy of it or just the hobby of it.
Right.
My day jobs were just, I knew they were just day jobs.
Right,
no
right,
career
right.
at all.
Same.
Temp
I
work.
mean, I used to work at a company and I work enough hours to have health insurance because I'm a Jew, and that was it. Then I did, but I worked. Like I started in the 80s, and I would work street
got work.
fairs. Every happy hour was like the highlight of comedy. So like every place I would get on stage 3-4 times a night. I didn't have to bring anyone.
Golden age. Get it?
Yeah, I got it. Not funny.
Oh.
Okay, so when do you think you started getting really controversial?
I don't know. I might have always been. I just have this. It's not like I'm trying for controversy. But I'm a little bit of a troublemaker. I like getting in trouble.
You also ask questions that people are afraid to ask, and you
Sure, sometimes that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, you want to. You're not afraid of whatever ignorance you may have. You're just like, hey, this is my question. Whether
I do that.
or not.
I do that.
Yeah,
too.
sometimes people get mad at me. It's like, you're ignorant. I'm like,
People get
why don't you
mad.
teach me
No,
instead of fucking
if you're
accuse me of
asking
it?
a question, you're not
I'm
ignorant.
trying to learn.
Ignorant people don't ask questions.
Exactly.
That is
Yeah.
your answer next time.
All right.
No,
ignorant people do not
stupid
ask
people
questions.
don't, but ignorant people may if they're smart.
No, ignorant people do not ask questions. That's what
Ignorant-
makes them ignorant.
I mean, I was ignorant of Thai
that
culture.
I'm 53.
Ignorance
Wait.
just means lack of knowledge. So,
But
I'm sorry.
I'm
second.
sorry. I'm smarter than you and older than you. Go. You
just
can ask
adding to
one
this.
question.
I did an interview with Ari where he talked about me being trans, whatever. The questions he asked me were
whatever.
amazing. Like, were questions that everybody's afraid to ask. And I always send people to that interview because I think it's like, it's. I think people learn more about me from that interview than anything else.
Yeah, but so you can't really worry about someone going like, this is wrong, this is transphobic. I'm like, well, then if I worry about it, then nothing's going to
But you have
Exactly.
to. It's
Yeah, so
called
it's like-
curiosity.
Yeah, so I'll do controversial things sometimes. I did these videos like 3 or 4 years into comedy, these like racist videos.
Yeah.
And like that got me in shitloads of trouble.
Right.
But it's like, you know what? It also
And
got me
did your
million-
mother say, Ari, what are you doing? I got a call from Myrna.
No, but every agent manager I've ever had is like, I'm getting death threats from you. And I'm like,
that's hilarious.
Enjoyed that. I should have told you when we were meeting, but yeah, that's going to keep
I
coming
love
in.
that you're fearless. I'm fearless.
Yeah, for sure you are.
And I love fearlessness, especially on stage. And I hate pandering. I fucking hate
I
pandering.
used to pander for the first few years. And
Well,
then I just
that's
worked it
normal.
out.
Yeah.
And
You
it
do
sickens me
it.
now.
Yeah, it's gross, right?
Yeah.
It's like
so
there are
fucking
certain
needy.
comics who I felt pandered, and and we're successful, and I
Sure.
just it makes
Can't
me
worry
throw
about
up.
them.
I can't watch.
AdamandEve.com.
AdamandEve.com is great because you do have to spice things up in the. I mean, like, come on, doing it the same way for like 30, 40, 50 years. Boring.
AdamandEve.com. Use code GOLD, GOLD, and you'll get 50% off any item. They'll also send you 3 free DVDs and the free shipping on anything. You want
That is awesome.
And right now on their website, you go to their website and you get this free welcome kit if you sign up today. That's like a $50 value. They've got these the top 10 hottest gift ideas for 2015 trending now. I'll tell you, number 10 is called an A&E's Naughty Rabbit, Adam and Eve. Not the show. Number 9 is the big O vibrating penis ring, which I can't speak highly enough about. Number 3 is the magic massager. They've got stuff for dudes. They've got the Fleshlight, which looks like a mouth and feels like a mouth, if you know what I'm saying. And I'm not even going to tell you what number 1 is. You got to check it out at adamandeve.com. Code GOLD.
They're second-rate comics.
so you lived with your parents till you were 25.
Yeah, I mean, I dormed for most of that.
Right.
From 21 or 20 till then.
Okay, and do you see them a lot now or no?
No, like once a year. I'm kind of a free bird. I just kind
You
of
see
wander
your parents once a year. Mm-hmm. How often do you talk to them?
every couple weeks.
Oh, you are so not Jewish.
I know, it's not great.
What about the other kids?
It's fine.
I see my parents more than them. Oh, they all see them tons.
And they call all the time.
Yeah, constantly.
And do you think they talk about you?
Sure, sometimes.
Like,
obviously, I don't think.
I don't know what
but
happened to Ari.
At first, I thought my brother was such a fuck up, and now it's like, they take
now
the heat
it's
off.
you.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to Ari. He was such a good little. I mean, he was a little troublemaker, but who knew?
Yeah.
All right, so
My mom doesn't mind the racist stuff, but I took my dick out on HBO, my first TV set on Norton's show, and I decided I was going to pull my dick out and talk about you can get a blowjob when you're not hard.
Right.
And my mom was like, "Why do you have to do things like that?"
And then you
tell people to watch you on TV, and then
you pull out your dick. And he did a lovely job, I have to say. He did a wonderful job at the bris.
Yeah, I don't worry about controversy. It just comes. But I like to noodle people.
I also agree with your thought that we are all just children. Because, like, I feel like a kid, too. Like,
really?
Yeah, and you know what? People
I feel like a grown up.
I feel like I'm like a 15-year-old boy, 16. I mean, like I hang out with my son's friends, and they all come over. I have a 14 and a 19, and they both both of their groups of friends are like, "Oh, we're gonna come hang out."
You smoke weed with your kids, friends?
No,
with your kids.
No.
With your
kids?
The
14-year-old, no.
For the 19-year-old, yes.
No, I let him smoke in the house.
Everyone I know who smoked with their parents or who parents know they smoked are the most well-adjusted about drugs.
I smoke with my parents.
You did?
You did?
I do. I go back and I smoke with my mom and dad, and it's great.
So, yeah, that's fantastic. All right. Anyway,
do we want to break and go into another room?
Yeah, are they going to accommodate us?
Yep.
All right, we're taking a break. We'll be right back with Ari Shaffir. I'm kidding. It's Ari Shaffir.
Good stuff.
Yeah, really good. So, yeah, we were talking about how we're just children. Like, I do feel like
You don't feel mature. You don't feel mature, do you?
No, and I feel like people who cannot, like, who take themselves so seriously and can't act like kids.
Yeah.
Are miserable. Like, they are miserable. I know.
They've been old forever.
Yeah.
Like,
We're only here for a sec.
The thing is, I am a responsible parent, you know? But I let my kids watch, like, South Park when they were 5 and, you know, like, and
they
all
won't get the bad stuff.
No, but I wanted them to know what's funny. Like, I watched stuff with them.
Yeah, I used to watch like really out there stuff when I was little.
Right. And all the parents were like, I wouldn't let, they were all like, I can't believe you let your kids do. I'm like, I'm a friggin' comic, you know? Yeah. I'm not shielding them from,
you're not religious Christian.
Right.
Then you shouldn't let them.
Well, they should. They're all.
Yeah. That's true.
Now you get high before you do stand up.
I just got high a lot. Yeah. But
like,
a lot of times.
But in the beginning, did you get stoned?
No, and then I got high once or twice in college. You know, like wrecked till the next day.
Right.
And then I got it a few times in L.A. when the weed was stronger.
Right.
And then it was just like fuck. And then I got high with Rogan once. I opened for Rogan in Boston, and he got me high. The first set, I was just lost.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
But he goes, I don't care. You're working for me. You're not going to work the comedy connection. It's too big for you. And then the second set, I had calmed down a little bit, and I was like, "Oh, this is really fun." Yeah, I get high before. Do you?
Never.
No, Silverman doesn't either. She says only after.
After, yeah, Silverman. Oh my God, she came to one of my one person shows, and then I interviewed her after, and I was like, the entire theater smelled like weed.
Really?
Really? So I go, you're bad. Yeah, I won't. I will not smoke before I want every part of my brain, you know, like I need that.
Sometimes I get too high for sure that I'm like, I wasn't as good as I could have been.
Right.
But sometimes I think outside the box.
Well, I will do it when I'm writing. Like if I'm writing, so like after a set, and then I'll write jokes.
Up.
Right, and then but I always take note. Well, a lot of times I take notes after my set to say, oh, I moved this and it worked well, or good. Add this, but. I hate recording myself because I can't listen. I like all those guys who record themselves. I can't do it.
I could when I recorded myself when I had a phone that would record it. I would listen to some of them. I'd mark them like you got to listen to this one because I know there's a big long riff in there that I'm like I'll never remember it.
Right.
But most of them I didn't listen to.
Right.
I just recorded. I felt like I was doing something good by recording.
Well, because then you're like, oh, I recorded my set, and then you see all the guys are, we recorded our sets, we're recording it, and then I'm going to go home and transcribe it, and then and then but. I do have some great writing done when I'm, when I'm stoned. Yeah.
Carlin did that. Wrote sober, punched up high.
Yeah, that's what you have to do. I interviewed him.
What? Really?
Yeah.
I met him once. He gave me a $20 tip for getting him a sandwich from Greenblatt's.
Greenblatt, Stelly. He was great.
I smoked a dude with his brother recently.
George. Really?
That's great.
Yeah,
Back
Patrick.
to you.
Sorry, pause.
Yeah, it's all right. So let's talk about. So I read a lot about you, and I really feel like we're like simpatico.
What did you read about me?
I just love that you're like. I've read interviews you did, and it's just like I don't care. I'm going to say this. I'm going to do that, and like I am exact same way. But I really believe that a female doing that is, especially in the '90s, like when I was.
People were not used to it.
It's just like a. The definition of ladylike is not having an opinion, right? And so, and here I am, and I'm talking about. I also came out as a gay parent. Like I wasn't not going to talk about my kids because I had to be in the class. Like, what the kind of message is that? So, like, I just talked about everything.
But even have opinions on nothing, on traffic or something. That's also not ladylike.
Right.
To be like, this sucks here. There's too many, they need more.
Yeah, I would get on. And I remember like in LA, because every time it was raining, they'd be like, Stormwatch 95.
Yeah.
And I used to get on stage and be like, Stormwatch. And like, why the fuck can't you people drive in the rain? Like, it's not a fucking Stormwatch, okay?
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was always like, oh, and a lot of headliners, didn't want to follow me.
Oh, I could see that.
And I always felt like, is it because they think I'm funny or because they think I'm loud? Or what is it that...
Some people just don't mesh with the person they're following. Like Caponera.
Yeah.
John Caponera.
Yeah.
He could kill, and I would never have a problem following him.
Right.
And then other people could do pretty good, and I just couldn't get on track after them.
Right. It's because they put them in a different mindset.
Yes, different styles go.
Yeah, people are like, oh, it's like, it really, like...
There's an art to the lineup, for sure.
To making a flow,
and the other thing is, like, when I started, Belzer was the MC at Catch, right? It's probably even a couple years before.
Damn.
And that, at that time, and when I hung out at Catch, I mean, first of all, I was in my late teens, early 20s, and I was the youngest person there. And I used to hang out with Joy Behar's daughter because we were like closer to the same age. Because she would come in and do sets, and her daughter was in high school, and I used to hang out. And yeah,
nice.
And then, but I saw like Larry David. I saw.
You saw them all perform?
Oh yeah. Seinfeld, Carol Leifer. They were all. Richard Lewis, like everyone from that. I mean, I remember. What's his name? God damn it! What's his name? Oh, he's a big star, and he's in all these movies, and he's from New Hampshire, and he's friends with Sarah.
David Cross.
No.
Bob Odenkirk.
No, bigger.
Mitchell Walters.
No, big. Movie
Louis
star.
CK.
No, Louis. I always love.
Kevin Hart.
No. God, you're so
Jim
young.
Carrey.
I used to see
Damon
Jim
Wayans.
No. What's his name?
Adam Sandler.
Yes.
All right.
God. Yeah, and he would. I remember he went on stage. He had like sweatpants on. And he had sweatpants on and like a dirty T-shirt, and he was like telling
That's
his
what he
jokes.
still wears.
Really?
And I said to Lewis, I go, why do I get dressed up?
This guy.
And he said that he's gonna be a big star. I'm like, really? He's like in sweatpants. Yeah. Mark my words, Goldie. He's going to be a big star. But I used to be the backup because no one I told the story a million times because no one had phones.
Yeah.
And I had passed a Catch. So I would sit there on the weekend shows in case someone...
Oh, it didn't show.
Got caught in traffic or whatever.
Oh, yeah. That's a good way to get spots.
And the other backup was...
Wouldn't they call you the leopard?
Who?
No, that was in another time. Was Chris Rock.
Oh.
But
Just sit there waiting for fallouts.
Yeah, we would just sit there. You get paid $50.
Regardless.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
You got paid for a spot, even
In
though
LA,
you didn't do
we
a
never
spot.
got paid for spots.
Yeah.
So this whole idea of like what's paying, it's just so foreign to me.
Well, I didn't get paid in the beginning, and then I got $5 at Comedy U Grand, and I was like all excited.
Hell yeah.
All right. So the Leopard I was on a sitcom in the mid 90s.
Really?
All American Girl with Margaret Cho.
Oh.
And I used to go out and do sets after we had rehearsal and stuff. Everyone would have dinner, and then I'd be like, all right, I got to go because I'm doing a set. And they were like, what is wrong with you? Like,
Joe wouldn't go out and do sets?
No, she wasn't doing
set. Being a star.
And I mean, she did sometimes, but it's like
Every
always.
Night. You gotta do it. You gotta do it.
Exactly. And so then, like Joy and Susie are like, why do you always go out and do, like everyone? My friend Margaret Smith called me the leopard because all I did was spots. Like I would do.
I taped a special at the Comedy Store. My last special was at the Comedy Store, and they were like, "Do you want to do a party for the release?" Something. I was like, "No, let's just show it on the front patio." And I honestly want to be on stage, on that stage while that set is playing outside in the patio. That's what I really want.
Right.
And
that's
sure,
awesome.
We can make it happen. Yeah. So I just asked for a late spot. And I got on at like 12:30.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. That's perfect. Yeah, wherever you go, you're
so wait, see you. I have a question about your so you shoot a special.
Yeah.
Do you do it yourself and then sell it? Or?
No, the next one I'm going to do that. But this one was like I did one. I had a web company come to me and Maria Bamford and Proops. They did one with all of us and they went under.
Right.
I ended up selling that to Comedy Central later, but this one was just Comedy Central. I want to do one with you, but they're like, we don't know what the venue is yet or who. I'm like, well, I already know what I want to do. So
right. Yeah, I did a half hour, and then I did a bunch of other specials where we each did like 12 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
And now I've been told I aged out of Comedy Central.
I can see that. I can see them saying that. I mean,
yeah, I know. So sad.
I mean, it's like
there's older dudes on there is a thing.
Well,
it's
not older than 53, really. And also,
what are you kidding?
There are.
Who's on there?
Proops isn't older than me.
He's not on Comedy Central.
Oh, yeah, he does that at midnight show.
Does he?
Yeah.
He's in the alt scene in L.A.
Yeah,
and they won't let you do that either. Yeah, they do have this thing of like we want younger. I had a meeting with MTV.
Yeah,
two nice Jewish girls at MTV casting, and it was a nice meeting. We talked about sleepaway camp and just fun. We really got to know.
Those are that you never get anything out of those.
Oh yeah, but then afterwards, like, you have any questions? I'm like, I mean, I could never be on your network, right? They're like, no.
Right.
No. I mean,
I know.
way
It's
too
like,
old.
thanks for wasting my fucking day.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right, like,
I have
we
guys.
had to.
I have young guys who love to come to my shows. Like, that's what I don't understand. Like,
but they don't see. What they see is, okay, our demographic is this. And Jeff Ross had the same problem. Jeff Ross is an example, but they worked him so much to be able to get the burn. Like, they did not want to give that to him.
Right.
He had to get an offer for that some J.J. Abrams show, and they're like, okay, fine, we'll take you for the burn.
It's unbelievable.
They just think he's too old. Like, even though if I test well with kids, they're like, they don't care.
It's amazing.
That's why there's so much DIY stuff out now and self-production. And
yeah, because I want to do a special.
Do it.
You can.
But I got to get the money, right?
They're starting to become cheaper than like, okay, now I have to really look at the footage, but there's been a couple I've seen that have been shot for way under $5,000.
No way.
Yeah. But
really?
But I'm saying, like, let's just say it's not quite perfect. You can make it quite perfect for $50,000.
Right.
And I know you can get that together.
I could get 50, and I really want 75 because I want to do like man on the street shit and.
Then do that too. But it's like you don't need the nicest cameras. You can just get good enough cameras. They're all getting more accessible.
Right.
You know, like you're not going to shoot it in your iPhone, but you could.
Right.
You know, you could shoot it on things. You call in favors of directors or whatever.
God damn it. I'm going to do it now. Yeah. All right. So Howard Stern.
Yeah.
What's the situation there now?
He's just so irrelevant. I don't care about him. He's irrelevant.
No, I know. But like, I really.
He's an old woman. It's like, he's not the Stern that everybody liked. Kobe Bryant this year. Do you follow sports at all?
Yes.
He's terrible.
Oh, he's so bad.
Yeah, and he finally this week said, okay,
he's
guys,
retiring.
I'm done. And it was like, God, you're embarrassing yourself. And if you say Kobe sucks because he shot 4 for 20, you go, don't you know how many MVPs he has? Don't you know? That was the response I was getting from Howard Stern. Don't you know what a legend he is? And I'm like, no, it's was. He's not shooting the same percentage anymore.
Well,
and hasn't been for a decade.
Older. I think he's changed.
He's changed. He got a girl.
But
he's a curmudgeon.
I have to say,
he doesn't know about anything. Say what? I know you grew up loving him.
No. I wasn't even going to say that.
What?
That I really
ready.
earned a lot of respect for you with your response with the Google thing, like that. See, that is the best way.
I'm not going to do a fight with you.
Right. It's the best way to, and I love Howard. I mean, I really do. I love him as a person, and I adore him. He's only been nice to me.
Does he know you have a podcast?
I don't know.
When I really started to dislike him, it was nothing to do with this anti-podcast stuff. It's when he started trying to get Opie and Anthony censored because they went quote unquote too far by having a homeless guy talk about Condoleezza Rice, and I was like, Howard Stern,
Oh,
of all the people to be against free speech.
Really? I didn't
cannot
even
do
know
this.
that.
He came out against Don Imus when that
Right.
thing happened, and it was like, Stern, I get that you don't like these people,
Right.
but this is one of those things where you should go, guys, you should never listen to them because they suck, but that you cannot take them off the air for saying something.
Well, I say that too about like the Westboro Baptist Church.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
I'm like, they serve a
they're
purpose.
assholes, but you can't say don't
You know?
say it.
Right.
But Howard Stern says don't say it. And it's almost okay if someone says like that person shouldn't be allowed to say that stuff, but not if you're at the same time this like
known for breaking those
this
rules.
hero
I
of free
believe,
speech.
yeah, I do believe in free
And
speech,
and
and
it's
I
like,
can
fuck
see,
you,
but I
hypocrite.
have to say,
Your whole documentary is named private
He-
parts because
he,
It's garbage now.
I know, but
The old Howard Stern would hate this Howard Stern
okay,
true.
I
That's
think
true.
people change and grow and
regress.
right, but he set the stage for the best
Absolutely.
radio. I mean, that guy was a trailblazer and and
Absolutely.
you know,
And if he
people
wasn't
are
such a
different.
self-absorbed cunt, instead of saying podcasts
All right,
for
with
losers,
the language.
he would say, "Oh, I wish I had this when I was looking for a place to speak freely. Podcasts would have been great in my time.
Right.
Man, I would have loved that."
I get it. I get your point of view. I totally get your point of
He's
view.
just
And I loved
fucking
your response.
bothersome.
I have to say, I loved the.
So just like here's how you use Google. Don't
Yeah.
fucking-
I mean, I love it. And you're from different generations. And
Yeah.
but you have to realize, like, when I look at comics today and I realize I was in shitty condos alone with drug addict guys.
We're trying to fuck you, probably.
And fuck waitresses. And there were no cell phones. There was no internet. I had no way to get a hold of anyone.
So now, do you like begrudge the people now for not having to do that a little bit?
I wish I didn't. I wish I had internet. I used to travel with a coffee maker. No, I don't begrudge them, but don't think because you've been doing comedy for 2 years and you have a funny YouTube video that you're should be headlining.
Well, here's the deal. They're
It's-
going to headline just like any like reality star that just tries to comedy.
Right.
But it's like they're not going to have lastability. And if you're talking about money, then yeah, that sucks that they're making money, but we're not. But if you're talking about the art form, those people are irrelevant. They're going to be at best second or third rate comics.
Right.
And
but
they just don't matter. They're not
take
gonna grow.
away, like, I believe there's a finite amount of clubs, there's a finite amount of comics, there's a finite amount of spots. And they, because of this.
I hear what you're saying,
Yeah.
but for every Angela Johnson that just has one little clip
I don't even know who that
online,
is.
she has the Bonquiqui, the hair, the nail salon lady. She just said a Korean accent. They did it on
Okay.
Seinfeld. She
Oh,
just
right.
did the
I
same
love
one.
it. Yeah, okay.
So she's garbage as a comic, but she's getting people to go to comedy shows. So I used to be like, what the fuck? And then I realized it's not her or me. I'm not getting that chance
Right,
to
right,
headline.
right.
She's not like, oh, if we only had 3 more weeks, you'd be in.
Right.
right.
So then it's like, it's getting people to go, oh, comedy's a fun thing.
Right.
I should go to this
No,
6 months from now when she's not
that's
here.
a good. I like your perspective.
Thanks.
I like
Yeah.
your perspective.
For every Carrot Top, there's going to be some guys like, I like this.
Oh,
but-
I love Scott.
Yeah, you know what? I shouldn't say that. 'Cause I
Yeah,
actually
he's
like
a
him
great
too.
guy.
He is fun to pick on though.
Okay.
He's universally reviled, but he makes me laugh.
I
It's just
know, and
goofy.
he's
I don't
such a
see the
good
problem.
guy. Like, that's the thing.
All
he does
redheads.
something.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
but he
that
does
too.
something different. But he does it 150%.
For
so
sure.
fuck you. He tries.
He does his thing.
Right. And that's his thing. And who the fuck are you?
And he's great at making fun of himself too.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I spent a lot of time at the store.
Yeah.
And so I have been around the Carlos Mencia.
Okay, around the Carlson. Did you
Yeah.
see him take stuff when you were there? When you were like the
It
earlier
was
days?
always no. It was like the Bill Cosby thing. Like we all knew,
Yeah,
no
you
one
just-
talked about it, but people did say, "Oh, he's a thief."
And then
Wait
here
a
or
minute, wait a
there it would
minute.
like pop up, right?
What?
For the audience that doesn't know what's going on.
Bill Cosby was accused of raping a bunch of women.
I love my Ari Shaffir. Yeah, so Carlos was known to steal material.
Yeah.
He was an original Dane Cook.
Yeah, all these people that steal material. I mean,
I heard he used to sit in the back.
Yes.
Eleanor said he'd sit back at open mic
Yes,
nights.
I love Eleanor.
Oh, yeah. And just, he
Yeah.
he looked at it as like liberating these jokes from these
Right.
awful comics.
Well, he said that it was like
That's a nice justification.
They couldn't do
No,
it
he
good. They
said
couldn't
it's
do it
like
good.
doing a cover of a song. It's like, no, it's not. Because when you do a cover of a song, you get paid. The
You get some
composer
credit.
gets
you don't
paid.
you don't get them fired from the rest
Right.
of their feature week because
Right.
you like one of their things.
Yeah, it's like, come on. Laura Nero, who's the greatest, she's been covered by so many artists, And this is before your time.
I don't know.
And yet you can hear her doing it, but that's not the song. That's not the version that made the song famous.
Yeah.
You know, but she was paid as a composer every time that song's fucking
At least
played.
given credit.
At very least, instead of taking away credit, instead of having to be on stage and hearing somebody in like the second row go, I think that's Carlos Mencia's joke. And you're like, no, it's not. It's mine. And who's in the back that I'm not hearing say that?
Right.
Who just thinks I'm a thief now?
Right.
Fuck. You've heard that?
Honestly, I don't think anyone has ever said, I think that's Carlos Mencia's joke.
You know what? Basic bitches do that only know mainstream comedy. So what joke was it?
It's just one joke from mine, but it's from everybody. That's the problem.
The thing is,
he would do jokes when people were showcasing for a big showcase and he was emceeing, he would do their joke ahead of him.
That fuckface.
Just to bury them.
He's an asshole.
Yeah, that's just...
See, that is awful.
Yeah.
That's beyond just
like,
doing
and
jokes.
when I have people open for me and I know they have like a similar subject, I'm like, can you do the set without that? And if they say no, then I won't do it. You know, it's like,
I try to, like, it bothers me sometimes when there's something super similar, but then it's like, I don't feel it's my place to tell another comic anything they should say on stage.
right.
That's a fine line, huh?
Yeah, so I got to be like, well, let me see if my joke works, even if you've already heard a similar joke.
Yeah, but there are... Yeah.
I make sure to tell them, like, oh, just so you know, I have a joke that's real similar.
I do that,
so
too.
Don't
I
think
do
in
that,
a year
too.
that I got this from you.
Right.
Yeah.
But if they say to me when I say that, oh my God, I only have this much, you know, I'm like, all right, fine.
Yeah.
I can't believe how common that is.
Well, you know, if it's about some movie that's in theaters.
No, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but I had a joke that I'm working. That I'm working on. I just started doing. It's like
That's
2
a great
weeks.
insult to female comics
What?
that aren't good. You're a vajoke.
You're a joker. And it's about. I read this letter Chelsea Clinton wrote to her parents.
Yeah.
Which is, you can't. And then I read my kids' letters from camp.
Yeah.
And it's so fucking funny because I interweave them. And then, thanks for laughing. Anyway,
I didn't hear it, but I'm sure
I
I'd
know,
love
but it's
it.
really funny.
Yeah,
and then
that
I was
sounds cool.
talking to Rick, my manager, who was Geraldo. Was it Geraldo's manager? And Geraldo used to do, or no, it's Brian Regan.
Yeah.
Or is it Geraldo?
Fitzsimmons wrote a letter.
No, Geraldo wrote a joke about the guys in the bunker. And I don't know, with the, how they used to in war, with the War of
letters.
1812. I miss you, and I hope how they used to write letters, and now how the veteran or aren't, it would be like, yo, what's up with that, and I was like, I didn't even. Like,
didn't know
that
about
doesn't
that.
even
Yeah.
occur to me, It was just like I read this letter from Chelsea Clinton. The first thing I was like, who writes a letter like that to their mommy and daddy?
What was the letter about?
It's about her trip to Nigeria, and what the policy that she thinks needs to be.
Dear Mama.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And then my kids are like, Mommy, if I do all my homework and bring the recycling down, can I have 3 people sleep over? Like, that's.
Do you think she's writing stuff to her
bartering.
parents knowing that this might get published at some point?
No. Because she alludes to that. Like, please don't share this with anyone. I'm just
Dear
happy to be.
former President Bill Clinton and
it
Secretary
pretty
of State
much.
Hillary Clinton.
Oh, that's the oldest trick in the book. Oh, please don't show this to
Okay,
anyone.
Lauren, I don't agree.
Well,
I'm wrong. I'm always
Okay,
wrong.
you'll have to read the letter, and then you can decide.
Yes, miss.
Okay, so Ari, who are your comics you love besides me?
besides you.
Like that you look at and you're like because I don't laugh. You can ask Lauren. I never laugh at anything,
Really?
and then I'm like, I'll appreciate it.
Well, I found
But-
what comics laugh at is the outside the box comedy.
Right, exactly.
So, but that's not necessarily the best or what the stuff I respect the most
Right.
or try to emulate. But it's just like it's different enough. Like Brody
Right.
Stevens is so crazy,
Right.
that I'm like I can just sit there and watch. But like even someone like better than that, but more mainstream, would make me laugh less.
Right.
So when I get high and I come out of the back of the OR, I back at the Comedy Store, and I just like let me see what's on. If Sebastian's on stage, I mean I'll laugh real hard
Right.
at that. But then like in a sober way, Bill Burr I can watch a lot.
I love Bill.
Yeah.
him,
Yeah,
too.
I love him. I think he's so talented.
Yeah, he's doing stuff and he's like attacking weaknesses in his game all the time.
Right.
The stuff that
And
I'm like.
he tests things. He tests his audience boundaries, and that's
Technically, he's real sound.
Great. He's a great comic.
Yeah.
He's got some great transgender jokes that I know I've gotten
Back
him
to
into hot water.
transgender. Back to
Oh, yeah.
That I love.
But that's the same thing with him with Kelsey, whatever her name is.
Transgender.
It wouldn't be as big of a-
All we talk about is yeah.
Who's the athlete?
Well,
What's her
that's
name?
what I am and stuff.
What?
Anyway,
I never talk about being Jewish.
That's a good point.
Right?
That's a good point.
Right,
You got to
Ari?
give her that. You got to give her that.
So
I'm
wait,
sorry.
so
my identity gets in the way. I prefer Transformer.
now
Thank you
when
very
is
much.
the last
that.
time
Yeah.
you went on stage not stoned?
Oh, I do all the time.
Oh, you do?
I mean, you're talking about not stoned. I mean, like
Like, you
I
didn't
get stoned
smoke
for, like,
all day.
All day?
yeah, all day.
Come on,
But I mean,
Judy.
if I get stoned 4 hours before, I'm not high at all
I'm
anymore.
saying the entire day.
It'll happen like every couple weeks. No, maybe once a week. It'll
Okay.
happen.
And do you find
All
those
day.
sets are different than?
No, not necessarily. I mean, I'm talking about high versus not high.
Right.
So if I got stoned at lunch
Right.
by 8:30 p.m., it has no effect on me whatsoever.
Okay.
So I mean, like if I got high at 7:45 or
Yeah.
8:30 set, like that sometimes, yeah, that'll fuck me up.
Like, and what does it do?
Okay, I can't do a showcase set. I
Right.
can't do like this has to be in this order.
Right.
But so if I'm doing a special or doing a Conan set, I'll
Yeah.
smoke like an hour before.
Like you'll do a TV set.
I went off in the Conan lot. I'm like, let me find a place to go smoke while we're waiting. They're about to start the show. Now's about the right time.
yeah.
So I can hit the height and then I can start to come down. I can
That
go over
is so. I could never be stoned on television.
I smoke before every show I do, every
Really?
rehearsal. Yeah, it just like puts me in a nice little pocket of
I don't.
focus.
But yeah,
and
but you don't want
being
to
in
be
the
fucked
moment.
up. You don't.
I don't get fucked up. I don't get
Right.
high like that.
Yeah, if you get high early in the day too, to get the first high out of your system, then like do it 2 or 3 times. By the time it's the third high of the day, it's barely gonna fuck with you, right?
Never really does anyway.
Lauren,
Professional.
I am not directing your show if you're getting stoned before rehearsal or during
I know.
the show.
I said I wouldn't.
Lauren, don't get stoned, but do go outside and get yourself some fresh air.
I'm just gonna go get some fresh air, boss.
God damn it! I can't. I couldn't do. A lot of guys like when I was at Catch and stuff, like Lou DiMaggio. Like you don't know a lot of these people. They would just drink. They'd have their drink
There's
and
booze too. Booze fucks me up more. I
I
stutter
can't do the
and I
booze.
mumble.
I cannot do the booze.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
that'll fuck
tough.
with my oral like,
Right.
technique.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'd like to hear about your oral
I
technique.
definitely
All right.
said that wrong.
So, do you think your parents are proud of you?
Ooh.
In a weird.
Yeah, no, they are for sure. Once they saw me on TV and they could like, and their friends from synagogue saw me on TV.
It's so unbelievable with the friends from synagogue.
Yeah, then it became like, oh, we don't have to be like, what's Ari doing? Explain it to us.
Right,
We'd be like,
right,
wow, We
right.
saw him in a commercial, even if it's
Right.
the lowest level Hollywood thing.
Right. It's
They're
amazing.
still like,
It's amazing.
Yeah, then
now,
like this justifies it. So they're like, they're proud on that level.
now, when you were a kid, I got bullied and teased incessantly as a kid.
Yeah.
Did you also?
Yeah, sure. This guy called me Manimal. Aaron something called me Manimal all the time.
Fuck you, Aaron.
Yeah,
you
Manimal.
motherfucker.
My mom told me just tell him to stop because it was bothering me, and then they would stop.
That sounds kind of cool.
What? My mother told me to ignore them because they're jealous. And all I wanted to, and then of course later my therapist said, wrong, Ruth, that I should have been like, fuck, I should have been
Stop
myself
this.
and be like, fuck you.
Yeah.
But it's like that video of you with the little people all dressed in beards and
Oh yeah, dress up as me.
yeah.
Yeah. It's the opening to
Yeah.
one of the show episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Thanks. What about it?
I just love it. I
yeah. She's
just
identify with
digging on
you.
ya.
Oh yeah.
No, I identify with you. It's like all these weird people are coming out and you're the fucking weirdo. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So, all right. So you got teased.
Yeah, I got teased. It's like whatever. Who cares? It's part of it. I was on the bus from Wheaton Plaza going back to my home, and there was some punker girls behind us on the bus, and they had one of those birds that would drink the water.
Yeah,
Remember
yeah,
that?
yeah.
They would like bend over, and they were hitting my yarmulke with it. And they would say, "Yarmulke pecker, yarmulke pecker."
Fuck you. When's the last time you wore a yarmulke?
I do it in the house when they're having like Saturday lunch, if I'm at home, out of respect.
The once a year?
Once a year, yeah. Or if I'm going to any service, Dice's kids' bar mitzvah, I wore a yarmulke.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I want to hear one of the creepiest things.
Yeah,
See
go.
Jim Norton wearing a yarmulke holding open a Jewish prayer book.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, the devious thoughts that are going through his head.
Oh, I can't. But now, did you
anal.
Totally.
did you daven? Like, that's Jewy praying. Did you do
Daven.
that? Did you
Yeah, I'll
participate
daven,
in the
I'll shuck a little bit. I'll get into it. If they're singing, I'll sing.
Like
the
was
songs
Jim
I still
like
remember.
yeah
Like
does
the
Jim-
like the birds that drink the water?
Yeah. Shake back and
So,
forth.
that's-
Sometimes
all right,
go
I'll give
back,
you that one. But
left and right.
let me ask
up
you a
and down.
question. Did Jim say anything like, "What the fuck was that?" Like, yeah.
No, I didn't know him well enough. He was sitting across the room.
Oh, all right.
I was just looking at him. I was like,
Was Eleanor there?
Eleanor was there, yeah.
I love Eleanor.
Yeah.
I
She's
love
the greatest.
her. Yeah, I gotta have her on the podcast.
Oh, for sure. You should.
Okay. What? This is called Kill Me Now because I fucking hate everyone and everything. And
Do you?
Yeah. I mean, I hate incompetence and I hate dumb people.
Are you happy in a place of anger?
I am very.
Great
That's a good
question.
question. I am very
Fulfilled?
in touch with my anger. I'm very into this fairness and how I'm telling you, last night I ordered from Chirping Chicken.
Yeah.
I ordered extra
good, that place.
avocado. It was $6. I got
For extra avocado?
Well, I got a full avocado and a half. It's still ridiculous. It's all
$1.50.
and they
extra.
don't. It's not in there. So I call up. Yeah, I am I will write letters. I will call up. You can ask Lauren. I am fuck. I should have been consumer advocate.
Yeah.
I'm like Ralph Nader, but really pissed off, And I don't, it's fuck you. Do your job.
What'd you tell them? What'd they tell you?
I said, I didn't, and they're like, what's your address? I said, no.
It's too late now. I'm not going to wait till everything gets cold for this avocado.
And then I said, and last week, I ordered 2 extra salad dressings, so you owe me another $1, motherfucker. So they said they were going to go on my Seamless account, I will check it and credit me. But I will check it. I will check it. You don't even know.
Have you ever had fantasies of starting a picket, a picket outside of someone's business?
Like Verizon and fucking
Oh, yeah.
Fucking FedEx fucked me up.
Yeah.
Or just
anything.
spray paint the fucking
No,
building.
I had
just
a car wash bend my antenna, and they're
Yeah.
like, look, we tell you to put your antenna down. But I'm like, this still seems wrong. And I'm like, I don't have a job. I can stand here.
Right.
I can ruin your business, and I want to. I want to fucking get people to picket with me.
I'm exactly so yes, anger does not scare me.
Yeah.
I'm going to have you guys make my phone calls from now on.
Okay. What pisses you off the most in life?
I don't know. Good question.
It could be just right now at this time.
Girls, a lot of times, will piss me off.
That's
Like
true.
why?
Girls do piss you off. Yeah.
Well, I'm not a...
Until you fall in love with one, and then you're like, wee.
Yeah, no, then it starts to piss me off. That's when it starts to piss me off.
When you fall in love with
Yeah,
them?
when I start to
Why?
feel-
Because you're vulnerable?
Because I'm sort of an asshole, and I'm sort of
How are you an asshole?
I'm an asshole by normal standards of relationships. I'm not into
go.
monogamy.
You're not an asshole. You're a douche.
I leave a lot. I leave town a lot. I'm very independent, so I don't need to be lovey-dovey all the time. Once a week is plenty. So I'm just sort of an asshole to their version.
Why
of
is that asshole?
I don't-
That is
that's-
those are your needs.
I know.
I don't think
That's
that's
not being an
asshole-y.
asshole.
I know, but
I
if they think it
that's-
is, so
you-
it gets me into a fight.
But
And
you
I'm like,
could
what the
find-
fuck? I want to be alone.
Wait a minute.
Can I be alone one
can
night?
Can I ask a question? Are you upfront about all this in the
I'm
beginning?
open about all of it.
Okay, well then that's
Well,
then
do they
they're
think they
the
can
asshole.
change you? Do they think they can change you?
Of course
At first
they do.
think
They're
they
winning.
can't, and then I dated a girl once, and she goes, "I don't want a boyfriend," and I was like, "Cool, I don't want a girlfriend. Let's just have fun once or twice a week. We'll just see
Right.
each other when we want to." And then she started getting mad because I didn't want her to be my girlfriend. I'm like, "But you still don't want a boyfriend, do you?" She goes, "No." So I don't understand why I'm mad at you for not wanting to.
Oh,
push,
she admitted she didn't
for not wanting
understand
to
it.
push me into this thing that I don't want. 'cause
That
it feels
sounds like
you
a
should
dude.
want it.
Kind of.
Yeah. She says, it
Yeah,
feels like you
I
should want
think
it.
you could find someone who has the same needs.
I do
Absolutely.
sometimes.
It's just about your needs. Like I have this friend. He's been with his partner. Well, they broke up at some point, but they're gay. They've been together
Gross.
Gross.
for 37 years or something.
That was a cock.
They, they're not they don't believe in monogamy. They are each other's total
Best friends.
soulmate, husband, whatever. One lives in 5B and one lives in 4B.
They don't even live in the same apartment.
No, they just
That's
like it.
But the
amazing.
same building? That's beautiful.
They
Pretty
go
close.
just walk downstairs and they'll have they're together. They have meals together and everything.
Yeah,
and then when
sure.
it's time to go to sleep, it's like bye.
Yeah, bye. Like old
Yeah.
married
Right.
couples. Like, why do we live in this
Booty
same
call.
Right. It's like they're.
freedom a little bit? That's great. Well, they're making me mad right now.
I like it.
I know. Well, Elisa, my partner, doesn't. We don't live together, and
It's fucking fabulous.
It's been like 9
unromantic.
years.
It's unromantic to live together.
And we do. It's really hard for her because she comes to my place more than I go to her place because of the kids and everything. But I have to tell you, like, she's worried about what other people think. Do you know how many people say to me, "Oh my God, that's the best," because she can go home. She can be like, "I've had enough. I need to go home."
If you don't get that release valve, there's all this pressure. You just need to release a little bit, like a vacation. If you don't take a vacation for a year, you're going to shoot somebody at work.
Like sometimes I like going on the road. Like I have a week to myself.
Yeah.
And I can do whatever the fuck I want and read, and I can't. And I don't have to make dinner or lunch or breakfast,
Yeah.
That's why Hamna and I can live together. She goes away, I go away. We both have our things.
Yeah, I think that helps with touring comics. I think it helps relationships. Even if you're not cheating, which most of us are, but like even if you're not, like it just helps to have like that's the Judaism thing. That's why they have no sex on periods and 7 clean days after your last day of bleeding. Yeah. And then you can go have the bath, whatever it's called.
Right. The mikvah.
The mikvah.
How do you forget this shit?
I would have remembered. If you gave me 2 seconds.
Yeah.
I know it's 40 amos of water that have to be in there. But then when you come back, that's when you're most fertile. Right. And that's when you're most like, I want to fuck you so bad. It's been 13 days.
Right.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, you take
that's a horrible idea, but a good
What about, that's not bad with the Jews.
I feel like, though,
that one's okay.
I mean, that's a little bit, isn't that a little bit oppressive, though, toward women?
What? No sex for 13 days?
Like keeping them sort of separated
just
based
saying
on
that
their
they're
period?
dirty, that they're
it's
not
a sin is
clean.
For the guy.
No, that they're unclean, though. It's like, actually, it's not unclean. It's a total natural...
That's a translation.
I know, it's a translation, but it
you.
Is unclean. Like, you should see some of my underpants from 20 years ago.
Have you seen this stuff? You don't take a subway anymore. There's all these billboards for period underwear. Have you seen it?
Oh, no, I saw that.
What is that?
We're
And
trying
I was
to get them as a sponsor.
I wanted to
you
get them as a
should.
sponsor because...
Let me tell you something.
Before menopause comes, you should fucking do
I know.
it.
Yo, as a dude, fucking the less I have to deal with my fucking pads or whatever.
What is it? What is it? What does it do?
So I don't know because
You just
it
put them
keeps
on and it
you-
soaks it all up.
All right, so when I got my period at 13, right, we had pads, like tampons were relatively new.
Massive pads.
So they'd have these a belt. This is before they had the sticky ones.
Oh.
So you wore a belt. It was like a little
diaper
belt, and then you put the pad in the front and the back, and then you'd have to like roll it up when it was done, and and it was so annoying. And I was in the marching band, and it was so bad. I would go back and forth, and it was like fucking so uncomfortable. And then they got the sticky kind, and then I would do the tampon and pad combo because I'm so big. And then they come out with, I guess they're like diapers, but the thing is, I can't imagine how they keep you dry. They keep you, because it's blood.
Yeah, it's a built-in, it's like kind of like similar to a cloth diaper, and you wash it afterward and it's fine.
Wait, you can use them again?
Yeah. They're reusable. You wash it afterward, you wash out all the blood and stuff, and then you put it on again. And I'm like, yo,
are they all red? Do they come only in red?
They come only in black. And all the dudes getting their periods out there.
Wait, do they have a thing on the inside that sticks up to jump into your vag?
Oh, fuck no, man. I wouldn't. Oh, fuck no. No,
I'm not talking about.
Yeah, I don't take tea. That's why. I don't take testosterone or anything.
And that would make you not get a period.
Yeah, it'd make it stop, and it'd give me some like stubble and shit and make my hips go down.
That's what I take. But wait, so I just can't imagine it keeps.
Come on, cuz.
I call it my menstrual cycle.
That's funny.
Thank you.
All right, so you haven't thought of anything that really pisses you off?
No, I know. Sometimes when I get people,
besides chicks,
what really pisses me off is people trying to stop free speech, free expression. That really gets me mad.
That gets me.
That's why I got mad at Howard Stern. That's why I get mad at bloggers. That's when I see a comic say, "Ooh, I don't know if I should say that joke right now because of what Daniel Tosh just said," and I hear it and I go, first of all,
Daniel Tosh.
This was like 8 years ago or something. He made some rape joke that got him in trouble, quote unquote. But like, when I hear that, I'm like, you're on the safe side of the line.
Right.
And the fact that you're wondering whether or not you should express yourself and grow as a comic is problematic, and it makes me really angry.
Well, I never, that's why I sometimes get mad. I'm like the other day, I've been talking about ISIS on stage because...
Sure, okay. If they get uncomfortable, that's on them. If they don't, that's
what I say. I said, look, I hate ISIS, and as I'm going to be brutally honest, the thing I hate about them most, besides the fact that they kill everyone and they're awful, is that I I have another thing to worry about.
Yeah.
You know, it's like...
And you're a comic and you want to express who you are, and that's part of who you are.
Right. And the thing is like, let's all admit that it's a nuisance. Like, you're like, oh, fuck, now I have to worry about ISIS, when you don't know what it's like to be sitting in a cafe and boom, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So they're like, ooh. I'm like, shut up. Why? Whenever I do like like I'll call someone out for something, or I'll do a Jewy or a gay or a you fucking hate Jews, or you're a Republican and yet, whatever.
Or in the 90s, it was like whether you're black or white.
Oh, yeah, I used to always
but
say
it's
stuff.
got to come close to the line. It's got to, otherwise there's no danger.
Well, then it doesn't mean anything.
Right, if there's no chance of someone going, oh, how dare you, then there's no counterculture to it. There's no...
But it's also when you talk about, like, the ignorance.
If you're making fun of John F. Kennedy cheating right now, it's like... is anybody going to walk out on this? No.
No.
So who gives a shit about this? You're not doing anything. But if you talk about something that just happened, like after Newtown, I remember like some comics like, how are we going to make this funny?
Right.
And then at first it's like, no, fuck you, it's not funny. And now if you make a joke about it, people are like, okay, I can laugh now. Because it's just a question of where your line is.
It's time.
But my line is, I want to hear it right when it's in the red.
Right.
Right when it's all the way over, where you're like, fuck, I can't believe you said that. And I heard one good guy tell a joke about, I failed a few times at Newtown jokes. Right. But I heard one guy, like in the 2 weeks after, say, if these mass shooters, if these school shooters really didn't want to piss everybody else, they would target special needs kids. Right. If you just went to the Down syndrome schools, the reaction would be way less. The parents would be like, I mean, shouldn't have done that.
But we're free.
Yeah, it's not. And that got a laugh, but it was like,
I get where that joke comes from. I don't.
Yeah, fine, you're not signing on for it. But like when the danger of it was there, it was like, this is a great joke.
Right.
Yeah, it also
is
depends
dangerous.
on the room and how it hits.
Right, but dangerous. I totally agree with you. And like, so when I get on stage, I talk about the Holocaust.
Sure.
Or
people
I
don't want
talk
to hear
about,
it, but fuck them.
I go, fuck you. It happened. Who the fuck are you?
They're here to see you. You're not there to entertain them.
Right.
I saw a bounce house that looked like the Titanic. When did that be okay? When was that okay? Like, we're going to see like bounce between the towers.
Yeah, we had probably 3 years after 9/11, somebody in L.A., and we didn't feel it nearly as much in L.A.
Right.
I mean...
Ugh, it was awful here.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
We felt it in like the months afterwards, and it was gone. But somebody a couple years later dressed up on Halloween as the Twin Towers. Right. One big tower with a plane like coming into it. And everyone laughed. It was a good time. It was years afterwards. Right. And then one person got really upset. But to me, it's like, yeah, sure, you're upset's fine. But like, that guy brought joy to like 20 other people. So he shouldn't not do it.
You know, the thing...
Because of the upset you might feel.
When I do... I have an Anne Frank joke. I have some stuff about the Holocaust. And then people just react because they think they have to just... Like, that's their...
Trigger word.
Right.
Yes.
Oh, and I say...
Or I'm allowed to.
Right. Yeah. And I say to them, you know what? I'm talking about the Holocaust in front of people who've never seen a Jew. So why don't you shut the fuck up, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, I'm talking about, like, I've been criticized by a lot of Jews, like, why does she talk like that? It's stereo. And it's like, I'm in fucking the Midwest talking about being Jewish. You're in your little,
you're in New York
enclave.
apartment.
Right. You're in your little
saying, don't say these
community.
Things.
How dare her? How dare? Are you out there talking about what,
it's not Cedarhurst, idiot.
Right.
It's fucking Kansas City.
If the people who suffered in these tragedies would laugh at your joke, then it's okay.
Yeah, I don't
well,
think so.
I do. I have a lot of children of Holocaust survivors.
I think Anne Frank would laugh at that joke that you have about the dish. I think, you know what I mean? There are certain jokes that I just think about, if the victim would laugh about this in hindsight, if they could come back.
I say that. My friend's a Holocaust survivor, and she thinks this is... my friend's mother's a Holocaust survivor, and thinks this is the funniest joke. Yeah. So fuck you.
I don't
that's
agree with
a good
that. I think you're the artist. You decide.
Right. Well, yeah, of course. It's your decision.
This person gets upset.
agree.
This one person's okay. It's like, nah. Like, you can make a Cosby joke. I'm sure there's plenty of those girls that would be like, please don't joke about this stuff. And it's like, I understand this is upsetting you, but this is my job, is to make people laugh at this.
Well, yeah, but maybe some of them would be like, that's fine.
I did a Cosby joke at Halloween with Bette Midler. I host this thing with Bette at the Waldorf, and
Halloween.
I was doing this thing because it was the 20th anniversary.
Yeah.
And I was doing
of his first rape.
No, of Halloween, of the New York Restoration Project. They plant the trees around New York. And so I was doing I decided I was going to do a bit on shit from 20 years ago or what it was like 20 years ago. And I said,
nice.
I always, sometimes I really, really do wish it was 20 years ago. And so does Bill Cosby.
Everybody laugh.
That got a huge laugh, yeah.
That's honestly the only thing that really matters. You say what you want, but
Right.
like the response you get from the crowd right then is
Right,
the only thing
right.
that matters. If
That's
somebody leaves later,
right.
number
that's it.
one.
That's
yeah.
reaction.
That's your job.
Yeah, it's so annoying. That's a kill me now thing. It's like, you know what? Don't give me your fucking opinion,
Yeah.
She's like, it doesn't matter.
All right, so before we leave,
Yeah.
first of all, I love you.
Thanks. I love you too, Judy. I'm so glad we did this.
I want to be on your show.
You guys are so gross and cute.
I want to be on your show.
On that stand-up
Well,
show?
either whatever. I just want to do something with you.
Okay. Well, I'll have you on my podcast.
Oh my God, I love it. Okay.
Honestly, Judy, for a long time, I didn't think I was on your level enough to talk to you.
What?
Yeah. Until
Oh,
like
you just made her
pretty
day.
recently.
I love you.
You were like you were in when I started. I
Right.
was like, you're an upperclassman, and I don't feel like
Oh
that.
my God, I love comics who are honest.
So anyway,
Yeah.
but now you
Oh,
seem
no, I love
friendlier,
you.
so,
All right.
Okay.
She's still a legend. Don't get
No,
any
it's
know
just
ideas,
that I
okay?
had
I've
it's
just
like
been around her
I've been
enough years.
around
I'm just
so
joking.
long, and then I did Broadway and off Broadway. I had kids. Like after having kids thing, I worked at Rosie and I produced. I've had very different. I've gone in different directions.
Yeah.
I just want to let the listeners know that I have two favorite guys besides Ari.
Oh, yeah?
And their name is Mac. One's name is Mac, and one's name is Harry's.
Oh, my God.
So Mac Weldon, have you heard of them?
No, is that the makeup company?
No,
Damn it.
they do like underwear.
Mac for dudes.
It's underwear, t-shirts, and they have silver in there so it doesn't smell like when you're wearing a.
Oh, really?
Silver's
Yeah.
natural deodorant.
Yeah.
The pits?
Yeah, it's and
Yeah, they have
and
aluminum
apparently.
in deodorant.
That's true,
They
yeah.
have like a little aluminum
this
piece.
is
Yeah.
more healthy.
And so they make their clothes like how fabric is
Wait,
on
so
it.
you don't? Yeah.
What?
So you don't have to wear deodorant with this?
Exactly.
Because my friend told me if you don't wear deodorant, you really saw these pheromones that girls are into, and that you shouldn't wear deodorant if you're trying to fuck.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying.
So Mac
you
Weldon's got to figure it
yeah.
out.
Mac
Don't
Weldon-
smell, but also fuck.
yeah.
Right.
Mac Weldon will get you fucked. So go to judygold.com/Mac and you can get 20% off if you use code
M-A-C-K?
KILLME.
Yeah, code kill me. But anyway, they have apparently their underwear. I don't wear duty underwear, so
I do.
and it's supposed to be like just so comfortable.
It's
and
nice
my
and
kids,
Nothing worse
snug, holds your fucking balls
than seeing
together.
some underwear. If I want these, you start walking. You try
Yeah.
them on, you walk, and you're like, oh, this is a chafer.
Wow.
it's
It's
the
rubbing
worst.
my dick.
No, this is
horrible. Balls.
zero chafe underwear.
Yeah, we love Mac Weldon.
Yeah.
Mac Weldon. All right, and then honestly,
How's your vag hair? Let's do a lead-in. How's your vag hair now, Judy?
let me tell you something. My vag hair, there's very little of it because I've been using Harry's razor.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Does that save you money overall on razors?
Oh, I love it. No, so they said it's really for guys, but I've been using it on my, I've been doing landscaping and my legs and pits.
Yeah.
And it's such a great, and they monogram my razor.
Did they really?
Yes. And it's 5 blades and they have like shave cream and shave whatever.
They've got subscriptions that they'll send you new blades when the time is about, okay, you
time
should
to get a new
change
one.
your blade now.
Right.
They'll send
Right,
it
because what
to
happens?
you.
Your blade chafes or something, and then it starts cutting you?
It gets
yeah,
dull.
when they get dull, they start cutting you.
Oh.
Yeah. And
Wait, do
these
you
are
shave?
cheaper
Yeah, but I
than-
got Harry's. I really like it. I've never shaved before because of Judaism.
Right.
You have to use an electric razor because you can't touch a razor to the 5 corners of your beard.
Is that
you
why
know?
my brother uses an electric razor?
Yeah, you're not allowed to
I
use
don't
an
know.
actual razor on the 5 corners.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Wait, so
you have to
did you
use
get a
electric.
Harry's razor?
Yeah, and I love it.
It's great.
It
did you
shaves
get it
you so close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Did
I
you-
didn't get it monogrammed. And I haven't
Oh,
changed the
man.
razors. I think it's time to change the razors.
Yeah, you got to
'Cause
change
it's been
the
like
razor.
a couple months. And
Oh
it's-
my God!
Just let them know. All you got to do
No,
is
they
sign
gave me
up.
replacement ones. But what do you got to
Yeah.
do? All you got to do is what?
Yeah. You just sign up on the website and they'll start you on a little replacement plan. You can also use code Kill Me and get $5 off your first order.
Yeah, you get $5.
Now, do you think it's like anti-Semitic that they're asking you to give a code out for savings? Do you ever contact these people and say, Harry's, how about you give something free instead of money? Why is it always going to be about money with you?
No, I don't.
Okay.
But I do love that. Wait, did you notice on the Harry's box, it's like an H and then an apostrophe, and I'm like, oh, that must be Chai. He must be Jewish, Harry.
Is it? You got the box?
I don't know.
I have it at home.
I have the box at home. Oh my God, we have a Harry's guy. Harry's.
Yeah, you got to be a Mack Weldon guy now too, dude.
Yeah, you got to be Mack Weldon. You'll be our dude. You'll be our dude guy.
Harry's got me into razors.
Judy. All right, I got to go to Ben. My son Ben is on varsity. He's 14.
Varsity what, basketball?
Yeah,
It's
6'4".
Well, I'm your
What?
chick guy of the day.
Size 15 shoe, and he's really
fuck
good.
me.
How tall is your... Wait, that's not how it works.
No.
How tall is your donor?
That was right. The donor, I don't know who he is or anything, but 6'3".
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
so
Hell yes.
I'm going to that game right now. But before we end every podcast, we ask our guests one thing.
Okay.
And I think I know the answer.
How big is it?
No. Are you on any antidepressants?
What's your guess?
I think no, only pot.
I say no because you do enough psychedelics to be pretty even.
I just got him off about 2 years ago.
What were you on?
Disipramine. It was an 80s drug that fell out of favor because it gave people lightheadedness.
And what was it for?
Depression.
So
call
you
it
haven't been on for...
suicide medicine. So I called it. Yeah, but mushrooms and weed and stuff. No. The antidepressant helped me a lot. But,
it did?
Yeah, but then I was like, we talked about it. I was like, let's try to wean off it.
And how do you feel since you weaned off?
Fine. Same as when I was on it. Like the depression it's a cover up at some point, and then it goes away, kind of like a cast. And at some point, you don't need the cast anymore. You can take the cast off.
Right. I'm just afraid I will.
Yeah.
I have ADHD and I have anxiety, and like I went through a really bad depression. I
what's the
don't
difference?
ever
Just take
want to go through it again.
What side effects do you have?
I gained like 25 pounds.
Oh, I had one of those. It gave me hyperphagia on one of them. I could never feel full.
That's the worst.
It was bad for weight gain, but it was great for meals. Man,
right? Because you could eat, like you go to especially those Jewish, like
Soup
go to the
plantation?
country club and you have the brunch and it's all out there and it's
Buffet.
like, yeah.
At the Paris casino.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing like country club buffet.
It's alienated 90% of your crowd.
You know what I mean? Because Elisa's parents, we go to the buffet. It's like, but it's like lunch. It's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's like you go and then you sit and you're like, I'm full, but I could fit more. Then you go get.
Smoke
It's
a cigarette
like
or
it's
joint,
so
come back,
fucking ridiculous.
Barf up some room.
There you go.
Ari, I think I have a crush on you now.
I think so too.
Yeah, I
Legit.
love him.
Yeah, I know you do.
It is.
You actually
He's great.
put your lips on the mic.
I know. I find you very attractive. And,
You wanted to feel what my muff would feel like against your lips.
Okay, moist. Anyway, thank you, Ari.
You're welcome. Thanks, Judy.
I'm so happy. And I'll talk
Thanks,
to your
Lauren.
parents. You have any
Thank you, brother.
issues with the parents, you let me know.
Yeah, they're okay with me now.
All right, good. Thank you for listening to Kill Me Now. I'm Judy Gold. Our co-host was and we love Ari Shaffir.
Love them.
So long!
And everything was wonderful. I'll see you soon. Thank you for the visit. So long.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up during inflation, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, bit to get 30, bit to get 20, 20, 20, bit to get 20, 20, bit to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold!
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See detail.